In this video, I will cover the setup and overview of the second version of the Marmot Thor 3-person, 4-season tent. Alright, so I'm going to walk you through some of the features on the exterior, and then we're going to move to the interior. So the front vestibule is very functional in several different ways. So the first one is we got zippers on both sides. So you got zippers on this side, and you also have a zipper on this side. And what that does for us is we can, if you look down here, you got this will hold this together, and this loop will hold this together. So in other words, if you want to take and just open up this side, or open up just this side, or just roll up the middle and have the two sides stationary, you have that option. And I'll show you what I mean. Another thing that Marmot did on this newer version is they put a snap down here for extra security, so that it doesn't blow open. I have a hard time believing it would blow open, but you never know. So we go back here, we open this up. At this point, when we open this side, we can roll this up like so, and we have a loop here that'll fasten to up here to keep it from coming down. And the same applies to this. So if we wanted to keep this middle piece stationary, we can roll this up, this side, roll it up, and be able to gain entrance from the side, and vice versa on the other side. So they made it more versatile in that regard. You'll also notice that there's a ton of reflectors on this, so at nighttime, if you're coming back to your campsite, you'll be able to visibly see it very well. It's got reflectors all over it. Also, on this particular version, that's different from the last one, is they have the snow flaps. And what that does is this. So we can take some snow, especially during the daytime when it's warm out. The sun's going to warm up the snow, and we can take and pack that down. Now overnight when the temperatures drop, that's going to allow that to really secure that rain fly to the ground in case there's extra winds and so on and so forth. These flaps come in really handy. Also, the next thing I want to touch on is the ventilation systems on the outside. So this one has the exterior like this, and what we have is we have two vents. You got one on this side that correlates to the inner tent that has a screen, which I'll show you on the interior view. But from here you gain access by doing this. We've got two rods here. These two rods will velcro to the rain fly on both of them, just like that. And what that's going to do is allow the ventilation to come through. And the beauty of this one is it's got a nice gap there, not closed where you have very little ventilation. This is a nice wide gap, and you can adjust that accordingly with the zippers that are there. You can also gain access from the interior, which is very convenient, especially when you're in the middle of a storm. You don't want to be getting out and playing the ventilation game. All right, I'm going to walk you around the back side. Another cool feature is you can take the front vestibule and open it up, put your hiking poles over there to have a nice little canopy for your coffee in the morning or what have you for breakfast. And if you walk with me around the side, here's that other side of the vent that gives you great cross ventilation on the inside of the tent. And again, the hole is nice and wide, so you get some really nice airflow. And back here we got the rear vestibule. Again, nice reflector strip right up through to identify the tent at nighttime. Also, we have another snap back here to give that extra security when you leave. We got the zipper. This is another two-way zipper we've got here, so we got two of them there. And this will back out and roll up, and you also have a fly here that we can just take this and tie it down if need be, like so. And this vestibule isn't as big as the front one, but it does give you some room to put whatever. All right, so we're inside, and I want to cover some of the features on the interior. So you can see that we have here a bathtub floor where this is a dark gray. This goes all the way around and will keep any potential water that's rising up or coming down as a stream. I've actually tested that before and seen that work very, very well. Also, it's got nice pockets here, got pockets here, dual pockets on the side, and again they duplicate over to this side, so you have the same setup on this side. I'm going to walk you through this back door. Now this back door is set up very similar to the front. You can go in here, you can open up and gain access to your back vestibule, and then just shut it down as needed. This is also comes complete with a screen, so if you need a screen opened up, you can have more ventilation, especially in the summertime. This has plenty of hooks where you can hang either, I use them for hanging clothes when I'm drying things out on the inside here. I'll get a hook that holds them up during the nighttime while I'm sleeping. Things will be drying out. Also, we have this is one feature that I really like. The vent on this one is absolutely huge. The other one I had is a smaller setup where it's got just a little screen. This is full screen, and again, this will roll up, and you have a little hook down here that'll hold that in place, just like that. And then you have access to the outside, to that, like I was talking about earlier, where you have access to this vent to the outside to the rain fly. This gives you great ventilation. This also duplicates onto that side where you got a full screen that accesses that vent on the other side, and I'll show you that in a second. So as you move over to this side, you can see it's the same setup. You got that vent, it's huge. You can adjust it as you need. In the wintertime, if I'm gonna have heat in here, I'm gonna have it just open just enough that I can roll it down in here and have that ventilation open so that any kind of fumes that could get trapped in here is gonna get blown through. Again, this opens up here so you can open and shut that vent as needed, and the zipper is also accessible from the inside. So we do this, close it up, just like that. You can also see that we have more eye hooks up here, 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 and over here, and that's so that you can put up a canopy of some sort to hold any kind of gear inside the tent. All of the floor is taped seams. As you can see right here, this is all taped. And if you get down in here, all taped all the way around so that you don't have any kind of water coming in. I have had the other Thor that I had, or still have, it has been in significant rainstorms where we've been there for several days with constant rainfall, and it stayed dry with zero amount of water coming in. While everybody else was suffering with wet tents, we weren't. So this is a really nice addition to the Thor family. They made up some upgrades to this one versus the old one, and I will go over the changes in another video with my friend, and we will cover what the differences are, and we'll make sure that that gets posted so you can all see. So this is the new version of the Thor tent, 3-person tent. It is obviously very spacious for one person, but I like it because I can put all my gear and have plenty of room, especially if I'm going to be stuck in a tent for days on end. You know, I got to get claustrophobic in here. This is a great tent all the way around. I'm looking forward to testing it out in a snowstorm coming up at the end of the week. And that's it. Happy camping. So tested it out in a snow storm last night, and as you can see, worked out really slick with the snow coming off and getting shed off the tent and going down onto the snow flaps anchoring that tent rain fly. So that would be ideal in high winds where you wouldn't have to worry about your tent flying off anywhere. So it worked really well. Yep. So I've been asked if this tent stacks up to the price that it comes with. For me, if you are a mountaineer, you're out there a lot in the wintertime hiking, in the harsh environment where there's high winds, lots of snow, this tent is something that I would recommend. If you're the weekend warrior that wants to get out and just do this every now and again, this probably is not the tent for you. It is one of the tents that costs quite a bit of money. It ranges anywhere from $750 to $800. So it does come with a hefty price tag. But like I said, if you're a mountaineer and you really want to get out there, then this is probably a great buy for you. For me, it is not something I would want to lug up a mountain. This particular 3-man tent is something I would use for base camp only, just for the fact that it is pushing 11 pounds, and that's something I would not want to be throwing in my backpack with the rest of my winter gear up the mountain. So I would recommend this for base camp. I've used it several times for base camp, and it's great to go up, hike, come back, and jump into this roomy tent. That's how I would recommend the use for this particular tent. Like I said, the price tag is hefty, but in my view, you're paying for the quality, and it is a high quality tent, and I highly recommend it if you're the outdoorsman that wants to get out and mountaineer. All right, that's all. Happy camping, man.